For vision, one of the most profound clinical studies, biggest clinical studies on food and health was run about 20 years ago, started 20 years ago by the National Eye Institute.
Dr. William Lee will discuss a significant study conducted by a reliable team from the National Institutes of Health, which aimed to prevent vision loss, an essential goal as people are working longer. Good vision is crucial not only for productivity, but also for maintaining independence as we age. For instance, poor vision can make taking medication difficult, impacting one's ability to stay independent. The researchers found that specific dietary supplements containing nutrients like zeaxanthin, lutein, and carotenoids, present in foods like leafy greens and carrots, can significantly reduce the risk of vision loss from macular degeneration in older adults. This is impressive given the common skepticism around dietary supplements. The supplement studied, known as AREDS, Age-Related Eye Disease Study, is supported by the largest clinical trial showing its effectiveness in preserving vision. The data from this study is highly convincing, positioning REDS as a reliable option for safeguarding eyesight.
So AREDS is recommended for people, frankly, over the age of 50 to take once a day in order to be able to protect their vision. But here's the thing. The stuff in AREDS is really, some vitamins, there's lutein, there's zeaxanthin. These are these chemicals that I just mentioned, zeaxanthin and lutein. These are natural chemicals that Mother Nature has laced into foods. What are some of the foods? Watercress, kale, broccoli, red bell peppers, persimmons, tomatoes. You get these same type of natural bioactives just from the foods that we can eat. So, this whole idea of plant-based foods, which is a generalization, we can be more specific. Have carrots, red bell peppers, kale, leafy greens like watercress. Those actually contribute to blood vessel health for your eye, to lower the risk that you might have blood vessels going out of control. They tame the lion. And the other thing that they actually do is they also, because you're eating them, they go into the bloodstream. They also affect your brain. They also protect and tame circulation to ensure better brain circulation as well, better blood flow to the brain. Now, I'm going to tell you, not only is that sort of been shown by the dietary supplements that translate to food, but by the way, the other thing that's really cool is that there's some evidence that's starting to develop that these supplements for eye disease also protect against dementia as well. Isn't that cool? All right. Now, foods are really important because we can also protect the blood vessels directly. So there are foods there's a substance in strawberries called ellagic acid that we know actually can prevent abnormal blood vessels from growing. They're blood vessel tamers. And when you actually have ellagic acid from a strawberry, ellagic acid is what makes strawberries tart. Okay. And if you get organic strawberries, they actually have higher levels. And the reason is because the strawberry plant naturally makes ellagic acid as a response to being nibbled on by bugs in the environment. So this is Mother Nature's wound healing response. So when you grow naturally, the strawberry is going to have more ellagic acid. When you eat an organic strawberry grown naturally, you're going to get more of this blood vessel protective response. Recently, it's been shown by a group at University of Cincinnati that eating just 1 cup of ripe strawberries per day for 6 weeks, this is published in a research journal, actually in middle-aged people who had mild cognitive deficits, right? Not full-blown end-stage dementia, but mild. Like, where are my keys? I'm sorry, what is that again? The thing that you're starting to develop the symptoms. It actually improved memory, strawberries, 1 cup against a placebo. It reduced the depression and frustration of not being able to remember things. Okay. And it actually improved the score, the cognitive executive functioning score, all because of the ellagic acid and another bioactive we think called anthocyanin as well. So again, we're beginning to tease apart. Like I always tell people, don't worry about the chemical names. Don't worry about remembering all the details. Like people like me who study food as medicine, and I write about this in my book, let me do the heavy lifting for you. Let me tell you that what we're beginning to understand is that some specific plant-based foods are actually able to protect our blood vessel, protect our vision, and what's good for our eyes are good for our brains.
Dr. William Lee points out that Besides strawberries, foods like carrots, red bell peppers, kale, and leafy greens support blood vessel health, benefiting both your eyes and brain. Eating a colorful variety of vegetables and fruits helps maintain good vision and overall health. Omega-3 fatty acids also play a crucial role, found in fish like salmon and in plant sources like chia seeds and walnuts. They reduce inflammation and improve blood flow, supporting healthy blood vessels. Antioxidants combat oxidative stress that can damage blood vessels. Berries and dark chocolate are rich in antioxidants and flavonoids, which promote vascular health.
There's always these choices we can make. And there's really only four choices to make change. You either stop something, you start something, you do less of something, or you do more of something, right? And so let's talk about the question that we had in our community was if you could identify three, and I know there are much more because you talk about a lot of different foods, which is amazing to have options in the book. And I highly recommend people get their copy. Do you have three favorite foods that you think people should add, and also three foods we should delete or at least reduce? And I know there are going to be more than three, but maybe we could start with the three you would avoid, or at least, do your best to be able to manage and do less of. And then maybe we could talk about three that would be specifically, wonderful, not just for eyes, but just in general, your favorites.
Sure. Listen, this is, as you pointed out, this is a big area.
Yeah.
In my two books, Eat to Beat Disease and Eat to Beat Your Diet, I actually talk about more than 200 foods that are all been vetted and actually float to the top as super healthy. And I also identify a number of foods to cut down or cut out. But let's start with three, right? Because people can remember threes. And I love kind of like your framework of the four choices that you can actually make. So here are three things that I would actually tell you as a food as medicine researcher and as a clinician who wants to put rubber on the road to help people get started to do something for themselves. Three things to actually avoid. All right, cut down or cut out. Let's call it that. Let's put it that way. Soda. I would say drinking soda, which is really popular. I grew up drinking soda, like most other people. Something to cut down and cut out. Lots and lots of added sugar to it. Okay, and even the diet sodas, which actually have non-nutritive artificial sweeteners, they actually can also damage our circulation and damage our brain function by in interfering with our gut health, which we're now beginning to realize is connected to our vision health and our brain health and our overall body health as well. So cut down or cut out sodas, whether it's diet or regular, number one. Number two, cut down on ultra processed foods. And I'll give you a concrete example. If anybody who follows sports, that the big events, whether it's the Olympics or whether it's the Super Bowl, people get together and what do? They bust out the chips. Chips actually are a great example. Those nuclear colored chips are a great example of something that everyone loves. Okay. But they're ultra processed. They take whole foods like wheat and other types of whole grains and they machine them and extrude them and then paint them with colors and then put artificial preservatives and flavorings and seasonings, all to do something that really might be addictive, because it's hard to eat just one. But the bottom line is that those ultra processed foods, of which I think snack chips are a great example. You name your favorite ones, cut down or cut out, because those actually harm our overall health defenses. They take down our shields, including for our vision, including for our brain. Eat them every now and then if you want, but honestly, they're not good for you. Cut down or cut out.